Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to talk about why you should get an engineering internship. So let's get started. Now I'm going to start with the fact that engineering is one of the most difficult degrees out there. So you're going to be a very valuable asset to many companies and many tech companies specifically. However, they are going to still be looking for, experience, like hands-on experience. It's like, okay, yes, you did take all these engineering courses, you took these technical courses, you understand Calc 1, 2, 3, you know what physics is, and you know how circuits work, but do you know how to apply it to real world applications? Do you know how to apply it to real life problems that the company has? And that is where the internship comes in. And I just want to explain why it's important for others to also consider getting an internship while they're going to school. I had an internship during my junior year for 3 years. I honestly think that if I did not get this internship, I don't think I would have been able to get the position I have now. Or at the very least, I don't think my entry-level position would have been as high. But I'm gonna just go over the main reasons as to why you should get an internship and the benefits that you can get from that. If you guys find this helpful and useful, please give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to press that subscribe button if you would like to see similar videos. So yeah, I'm just gonna get to it. The first reason why you should have an internship and why an internship is very beneficial is because there's evidence of it. There have been many surveys that were conducted and shows that those who have an internship, especially in engineering, are more likely to get hired by either the same company they had interned for or by someone else. And it's mainly because they have that experience, that previous experience in the workplace. For example, a survey conducted by the National Association of College and Employers in 2010 disclosed that 44% of new employees came from the employee internship program. And then they also surveyed in April 2012 that the rate of returns into full-time employees was about 58%. So that's over half of the students who got converted from part-time or internship to full-time. So that shows you that the internship is very important. And another example of this is a survey that was conducted in 2015, which revealed that 60% of students were unemployed after completing their engineering degree due to lack of required skills and experience, as well as another study that revealed 65% of paid internships turned into full-time offers and 39% unpaid internships turned to full-time job opportunities. That right there just proves that internships are very important because a lot of the companies are looking for that. They're looking for those skills beforehand. And they're expecting it, especially if you just graduated. All of those surveys really show that yes, getting an internship is very beneficial, and you are much more likely to get a full-time job right out of college. So just keep that in mind, and that's just one of the major important things as to why you should get an internship while you're majoring in engineering. Now, aside from all the surveys, the other reason why you should get an internship is because you get that experience, you get that exposure in the workplace. You're also applying your current knowledge in the classes or in the classroom to the real life problems. So you have that, connection, the real life application of the schoolwork and then, the actual problem. Being able to have the skills to figure out problems and applying what you know to a current problem is very important, and it takes time to learn and to do. And that's a major thing. You have to be there and fully immerse yourself in that and be able to figure out the problem on your own, or at least, with the help of others. And that is all part of, working and being an engineer. It's not just knowing the material, it's also applying that material. So you get that experience and you get that exposure. And a lot of companies and corporations are looking for that type of experience because they know that if they hire you right now, they don't have to teach you all of this stuff and teach you, okay, well, how do you apply it to this real application or this real problem? So they're not having to, hold your hand throughout the process, and that just becomes more expensive for them, and it's a waste of time for them. And they're a company, they're a business, they're trying to get as much profit with as little expense as possible, and taking up time to train a new employee when they should already be trained in this area is just a waste of time and money. So that's just, that's the truth, and that's just something that if you have that internship, you can completely avoid, and then they can hire you and you guys will all be fine and dandy. But that's the second reason, is you get that experience in the workplace and in the workforce with an internship. Now, the third reason why you should get an internship while you're majoring in engineering is so that you can see if you actually want to major in that degree. So for example, I majored in computer engineering, right? I had an emphasis in software, so I was a bit exposed to programming and networking, but it wasn't fully immersive like computer science. I was working and focusing on like the components of the computer and how that was all built. I know for sure I didn't like circuits and I didn't like electronics. So that's why I wasn't in electrical engineering, and that's why I chose the software track in computer engineering. But I still wasn't sure about like computer architecture or the operating system or the microprocessors. I still wasn't sure about any of that. The first internship I had was geared more towards mechanical engineers, so I couldn't really like relate to what they did or work on what they worked on because I wasn't learning that same material. But then I transitioned to a new internship where it was focused mainly on computer engineering. So it involved microprocessors, low-level programming, high-level programming every now and then. I was in a lab. I got exposed to the microcontrollers as well as the software programs that control those microcontrollers. I also was exposed to the hard drives and everything like that, and I realized I did not like that at all. Like the only thing I liked was the high-level programming with MicroPython. Then I realized, okay, well, I probably should have majored in computer science. However, I was already getting my master's degree and it was a little too late for me to go back. I had already gotten my bachelor's in computer engineering and I was going for my master's. So it was a little too late for me, but that's just something that you should definitely keep in mind, is if you go into that area or you get an internship, make sure you do it maybe your sophomore year even. Sophomore would probably be perfect. And then go from there and see if you like that field, see if you like what you're doing in that area. And if you do, then that's great. Just continue going down that path and getting that degree. But if you don't, then see if there's something else that's similar to what you think you might like and try working on that area as an intern, and then go from there, because you'll be doing that. You'll either end up as a full-time employee doing that out of college, or you'll find another company doing a very, very similar job. So that's just something you should keep in mind, and I think you should definitely take the opportunity to become an intern as soon as possible. And then the last reason why I think you should get an internship is because you get the soft skills. Similar to the second reason, which is you developing new skills and new techniques in the workplace. However, these skills would be soft skills. So, verbal communication, teamwork, meeting deadlines, punctuality, as well as working under pressure, and that pressure will be from the expectation of others. What I mean by that is in college you have stress and pressure on yourself, because if you don't turn in a certain homework assignment or you get a bad grade in the class, then you'll fail. But the expectation of work is different. The expectation is of others depending on you and you needing to get that work done. It's not necessarily that you'll get a bad grade if you don't do the work, but people will look at you poorly. They might give you a bad review. Your performance will go down, and that all affects you and whether or not you'll be able to keep the job, or you won't be able to get a pay raise. So all of those things are different types of pressure, but it is stressful and it is a lot of pressure that you have to take on and adapt. And being an intern helps you with that. Being an intern helps you realize and see the different expectations that people have on each other and their coworkers and their managers and vice versa. So being exposed to all of that, that is all just the complexity of a workplace and a workforce. And it's something that I think you should definitely get exposed to as a intern. And then I guess I do have one more reason as to why it's good to get an internship, and it's because you can fill up your resume. You can say that you did XYZ, you have a whole list of different projects that you worked on, different types of projects, and it really shows that you are experienced in a specific area or vice versa, it shows that you're experienced across different areas because you've had that experience and that exposure as an intern. And that looks really, really good on your resume, and you're much more likely to be selected, especially if you're just, submitting your resume. You're also able to network. So if you submit your resume and you know someone who you worked with as an intern or who was your mentor while you're an intern, they can give you a good word and be like, hey, out of that whole stack of resumes, look for so-and-so. They have been very good as an intern. They've worked really hard. They have produced great results. And just putting in that little good word really makes a huge difference. You're much more likely to get the position, just straight out. And whoever is hiring, the hiring manager, whoever, they will just probably pick out your resume from the entire pile and not even look at the rest of the pile, and look at your resume, interview you, and gives you an opportunity to actually get a full-time job. So that's a huge, huge reason why internships are great. You can network with others, fill up your resume, and you'll look great to the employer. But yeah. So those are all the reasons why getting an internship is very beneficial, and I honestly think that the sooner the better. As soon as you get an offer as an intern or anything like that, to just take it, because you're much more likely to get a full-time job right out of college with a bachelor's degree, and you're much more likely to get even a full-time job that pays higher than those who don't have that internship experience, because yes, they may get hired, but I'm sure that the employer wouldn't pay them as much because they know they don't have that soft skills and hands-on experience. But if you do have the opportunity between, paid or unpaid, obviously go for the paid, because you'll get money in the meantime while you learn and you develop and you're able to develop these skills. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this video and you found it helpful and useful. And if you did, please let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like me to go into more detail about this, also let me know. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and thank you for watching. Bye.